Hi everyone, this is Lana. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for all your support, your shares, likes, subscribes. I'm honored to be here with you. I've been getting some requests to talk about meditation and to help as many of you as I can to understand some concepts of meditation, and I'm just going to talk about some simple tools to for you to meditate or for you to develop your spiritual practice. So first of all, my first advice is to put judgment aside. How do we do this? Well, in the the new spiritual paradigm, the way I perceive it and I conceive it, most of the times we are stopped by our judgments more than we are encouraged by them. I think the time where judgment was a way of control, manipulation, and of getting people to do things is totally obsolete, and it's totally in a disharmony with how our bodies, our minds, and our light bodies are working at this time. We are in a process of integrating, and we are integrating all the parts of us. We are integrating polarity. So we are integrating the feminine and the masculine. We are integrating our concepts of what good and bad is. We are integrating our shadows and our light, all the same, all equally. We are starting to understand as a collective that we are multidimensional beings and that we exist beyond duality. So I hope this isn't too mind-blowing or something for you. I'm sure all you guys who are attracted to my videos have certain experiences and mastery over a lot of subjects, so I hope this is not too foreign. But so talking about this judgment, if you are in a spiritual path, either you started it recently or you have been on the spiritual path for a long time, we are always learning new things. And the more we expand and the more we grow, the more there is to learn. So it's an infinite process of reconnecting to our divinity and reconnecting to God. And God is endless, right? So the more you ascend, the more your consciousness expands and the easier things seem to be, especially your spiritual practice. I know in the beginning, talking about my own experience, when I started awakening, I was about 17, and I remember I was very hard on myself in my spiritual practice, because I thought, the more I meditate and the more I am in this state, the easier and the faster I'm going to ascend, or I'm going to heal, or I'm going to, accelerate the process. And this is true to some degree. But later on in my journey, I learned a lot about different types of meditation, different techniques. I studied a lot of spiritual practices and learned that meditation and to develop a meditative mind, you can achieve this by a lot of things, not just meditating. So of course, meditating is very, very, very important. It's essential to connect with yourself. So I'm going to go back a little, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of how to start meditating if you haven't done it before, or if you have a little bit of experience. The first thing to do for me is to find a practice and stick with it for a long amount of time, or for a certain amount of time, until you feel and your consciousness feels that you have mastered it. So instead of searching all over for many different types of meditations and activations and things, I would go down to the basics. What I did in the beginning, I went a lot into the Holy Scriptures. I studied a lot of Sikhism and the teachings by Yogi Bhajan. And I went a lot into these meditations, but I also studied meditations from Tibetan Buddhism and simple practices that help you understand how your energy works, and that give you a sense of how energy in your body is actually behaving. Because many people think, okay, I'm going to meditate and I'm going to go out of my body and I'm going to commune with God and I'm going to have an outer body experience, or I'm going to disconnect from the body completely. But what I found through my practice is that the body is an essential part of this. You have to be able to develop your subtle bodies to the degree that you can hold them and you can be connected to them even when you are in the physical body. So this is something that comes with time. But when you start, I would recommend that you do a simple meditation, such as first setting the space. That's very important, to have a quiet space, to have maybe an altar with some candles, or with sage, or with something that brings in the essence of a sacred moment. It can also be that you put pictures of your spiritual teachers, or of something that inspires you, and then you go into that space and you just sit down and start to focus on your breathing. So the easiest way to start slowing the mind down is to focus on your breath, and the slower your breath is, the more relaxed your body will be. So in order to meditate, you have to find yourself, or put yourself in a state of relaxation. That's why for some people music really helps, or mantras, or being in this white room or this environment where it's very calm, or going to an ashram. So you have to really get to know yourself in order to know what kind of meditation and what type of meditations are best suited for you. I have had many students who are hyperactive people, and they have a lot of energy and a lot of sexual energy, and for them it's really hard to sit down and be still and meditate and quietly. So for some people who are normally relaxed and have like a more relaxed approach to things, they may sit down and go into meditation in a second. That's a little bit how I was always. I was more like a still person, or calm. I always have this more calm energy. But for people who have more of this fire energy, who are more have more energy, they may find that some meditations, like singing mantras, can be really helpful, because they're actively engaging their bodies, and but yet they have to focus, right? You have to focus on the words, and you start emitting vibration, and through the vibration that they start emitting, they start to relax. But it's an opening, and there is a release of energy. So these, depending on who you are, on how you normally go about, or how your energy is what meditation will serve you best. So my advice is for you to try out different types of meditation. Still meditation, you can try the meditation with a candle. Then one of the things, for people who are very visual, the guided meditations are amazing. and even for people that are not that visual but that can follow the what is being said. Those meditations, for me, they were the best because I have always been very visual, so I could see colors and shapes and things, so I had no problem imagining whatever the guided meditation or wherever the state was bringing me into. So those I really enjoy, but I would highly advise to you that you get your guided meditations from someone that you really know, from a teacher or a person that you really trust or with whom your energy really resonates. Because as individuals, even for us light workers or healers or whoever is putting this material out there, we have a certain frequency and we are at a different we are all at different vibrations. So I would advise to you to really have discernment with who and where and what you follow and what type of meditations you do. Because in YouTube there are like thousands of meditations, but I have found that many of them are pretty dark. Sometimes I will just be looking for music, and then I find some meditations or these binaural beats and all these kind of meditation musics or Reiki music or shamanic music, and many of them are quite low vibrational, and many of them, because they are also encoded with certain frequencies, they can actually be detrimental to the mind and to your health. So I would highly advise to you that you are very careful and discerning about who you listen to, because when you meditate, you open yourself up to receive this energy and this frequency and this transmission. You give permission. So if the source of this meditation, of this energy, is not pure, is not a high source, a high vibrational energy, you will receive this low vibrational energy into your body, and it can be even harder, or it can also be the symptom of I can't concentrate while doing this meditation, or I don't like it, or my whole body is itching. Listen to your body, listen to your instinct, listen to your intuition, because it will guide you to the best meditations for you. And also, if you need any help with this, if you would like a personalized meditation, I do this. I have been working in giving meditation lessons and doing meditations and practicing myself and being a healer since over 12 years now. And I do this, I do all these meditations in order to assist you. And what I have just recently started doing is I've been doing guided meditations where I connect to the person's energy field and I see what they need, what is required at the time, and I do a guided meditation for them to heal, clear, and transmute as much as possible for them. So if you are interested in that, or if you would like some guidance with that, I'm here. You can contact me. The best way is through my website, and we can talk. You can ask as many questions as you want, and you can also get these meditations from me. I started doing these meditations as a way to help my patients, the patients that I treat daily here at my practice. There are some that I would just see once a month or once every 15 days because they lived somewhere else. So I started doing these guided meditations for them to keep up the work that we were doing in sessions. Because of course, meditating is not only putting your mind in a blank space and that's it. meditating is so much more. When you meditate, you expand your fields, you expand all of your bodies, you receive healing, you cleanse, you release. It's like a spiritual shower. It's like taking a shower. So if you are in the spiritual work, if you are doing this, if you're an ascension path, it will really assist you to meditate every day, just the way it assists you to take a shower every day or to brush your teeth. These are things that you just incorporate in your daily life and make some time for them. You can give it 5, 10, 20, 30, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever you're able to give to your practice, and it will really help you. And the more you do this, you will start seeing how your whole energy shifts, and you will develop your sensitivity, mind clarity. You will be having more connections, activating the connections between your left and right brain. You will have more coordination. You will be more sharp. You will stop forgetting things. You will be in a state of calmness, and you will be able to extend the periods of calmness and of inner peace more throughout your day, because you're programming your brain through the daily practice to make this peaceful moment a part of your reality. So this is really important, and I would highly suggest that you do this every day, even if it's for a short amount of time. 10 minutes minimum would be perfect. And of course, if you are more advanced and you are searching and you are very connected to spirit, you can really have fun with this, like finding the right meditation for you, or going through different meditations for an extended amount of time. It really brings you to mastering this. It's like when you do, for example, for the ones who do yoga, the first time you do a posture, it's very different than when you have been practicing the posture for a month or 2 months or 3 months or a year or 2 years. The amount of flexibility you have changes. The amount of connectivity you have changes. And your chemistry, the chemistry in your body changes. And it's the same with meditation. Even if it's the same meditation, the more you do it, the more you master it, the more beneficial it will be to you, and the more benefits you will receive from it. And if you are someone who gets bored very easily and you need to change it up, you could focus on having maybe 3 meditations, different types of meditations, and work with them. Like one day one, the next day the other, and the third the other one, and then again one day that one, and so on. So you have a little bit of variety, but you're still mastering 3 types of meditations. Because when we start going into like one type of meditation each day and finding all kinds of meditation in YouTube and doing them, it can really bring you out of focus. And if you're not even sure of the quality of the meditation, it can be quite detrimental too. So it's also like, for example, to make it practical, it's like when you go on a diet, right? If you start doing this type of diet, for example, you are, incorporating more vegetables. If you do it for like a certain amount of time, like 1 month, you will see the benefits or the not so benefits of that diet. But if you change your diet every day, you won't ever know what's actually working for you, right? So if you eat apples one day and you eat a plant-based diet one day and you eat meat the other day, I mean, I know it's a really silly example, but you won't get to know and to experience the benefit of each diet, and you won't know in the end which one is best suited for you and which one your body likes and which one makes you feel good. And it's the same thing with meditation. Meditation requires a patience, but it requires the same patience that you need in order to get to know yourself. It is a process of self-discovery. It is a process of, do I like this? Does this make me feel good? Can I do this for an extended amount of time? Am I perceiving how my energy field is changing? When I do this meditation, do I have feelings in my body? Do I go into a calm state? Does my heart feel better? Does my energy grow and expand? Do I feel my connection with the divine? Do I get insights? Do I get intuition? Do I get messages through this communion? And the other thing that's really important when you do a meditation is to set an intention for your practice. Like, it can just be, I want to connect with the divine, I want to connect with God, or I want to connect with my higher self, or I'm doing this to feel good, to be in peace. And you will see how this, like honoring your practice, honoring yourself for being there, and making it a sacred moment in your daily life, it will really make you feel joyous, and it will really make you feel like this is something so sacred and so beautiful that I want to do it every day. So the intention behind everything we do is very, very important, and it can even alter the results of it. You know, you can also, for the ones of you who are more advanced, you can also set an intention of, I'm going to connect and I'm going to heal this, and every time I meditate I will heal this, or I will release this, or I will be open to receiving my spiritual gifts and to develop my spiritual capacities, my third eye, vision, my intuition. So it really, what I have seen that for me and for my clients and patients, in order to really be able to do something every day, it has to bring you joy. It has to be a pleasant experience. And the more pleasant and the more joy you can bring into the experience itself of meditating, the more relaxed you will be and the easier it will be. And it's not something that you are obliged to do. We all have free will always, and we can decide what we do. But rather to make your practice something that you look forward to every day, and seeing it like a kid, like with curiosity. For me, till this day, and I've been meditating for, I don't know, like 20 years, but till this day, when I meditate, it is something so sacred and so special and so different each time. And it has infinite possibilities, because we are accessing a plane where there is no time and space. So in that plane, we are one with all. We melt into the divine, and we experience oneness, and we experience sacredness, and we experience the totality of who we are. So it's really a path to self-knowledge, and to really get to know who you are, what you like, how you like it. And this applies to all areas of your life as well. But meditating can be the perfect conduit for this unfolding to start in your 3D experience. Well, so I will leave you with that first tip. I will be posting more videos on this, because it's a very broad subject. But like I said, if you need any help or assistance with this at this time, I'm here for you, and I will see you very soon with another video on meditation. And if you have any questions, please do comment on the boxes below, so I can also address, if you have any questions, I can also address them in the next videos. Okay, so I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.